$10,000. You only do like 20% of what you have. And with that, you buy a new roof, you pay it back, you use that 10,000 again. Like, in other words, you're just recycling that. And then when you get to 100,000, now you go to 20,000 that you loan yourself. But in other words, you keep your leverage really, really low down. You keep your loan to value really low down, and that way you really have no threat. Bitcoin crashes, Bitcoin goes up, like you're safe, because that's how Strategy is doing. And Michael Saylor has built this leverage where he's got enough fucking cash to pay the dividends he's promised for 75 years or something, you know, like way past where we'll be. I'll be 125 net. It's not like a dangerous play. Like, we're way more leveraged, and we're not even like overly leveraged. We're probably at this point, I have a calculator where I can actually see the exact number, but off the top of my head, I'd say we're 60% leveraged. You know, in most loans, we started at 80%. So in other words, we've built up an extra 20% of equity. We're in great shape. And obviously I have partners and stuff. We're a small company, but we are a company. And it's pretty good. You know, I'm able to make a living, and obviously have some other income as well. I'm a big, you know, multiple income stream type of guy. So I'm also a licensed real estate agent, and I'm also, I have a small business, which is barely functioning right now, but still functions a little tiny bit, where we sell online products. I was just looking at my mom's house. She has all my products. You know, she has the password journal, the scissors, the knee sleeves, the silicone lids, like all these products. Wine opener. The wine opener was hilarious because I had completely, that's the first time I really fucked up. I had overspent on a product that nobody was going to buy. And I bought it in 2019, and the company, the factory that I was producing it through, they fucked up, ripped me off on shipping, and I was trying to sue them, and it wasn't really working because it was from the US to China, and I was trying to go through Alibaba and through the credit card company to reverse the charge. I hadn't used American Express, and MasterCard really didn't support me at all. They basically were like, fuck you, just pay them, your fault, your fuck up. And I thought, okay, I'm out the money. I forget what I spent. It's in 20,000 on it or something, on buying and shipping the product. So I had whatever I had, 5,000 wine openers, and you know, sitting in warehouses in Arizona, in New Jersey, in Florida. And then fucking COVID happened, and then everybody started drinking wine, and I went from selling 1 or 2 a day, where I was never ever going to make my money back, to, you know, 40, 50, 100 a day. Like, it was crazy. It was like overnight, you know, and the mania died back down, but I had the mania for a while. So if I just did a little bit of advertising, we just sold like fucking crazy. So I mean, it's really interesting, you know, how he just can kind of sit on an idea and it'll just catch all of a sudden, even a failed idea. So, you know, you may as well be in it. It's the only way to win it. You got to risk it for the biscuit. My point is, you really want multiple income streams. I would like to tie some things down. Like, I'd like to have a cleaning company, because we're always cleaning the Airbnbs, or, you know, a pool company, or something super passive like billboards on the highway, or vending machines, or ATMs, or whatever. But, you know, at least I have the businesses I have. You want to have the low leverage, multiple income streams, move the income into hard assets. You know, I started with all real estate, but now I'm really more Bitcoin than anything, but real estate and Bitcoin. I still have more real estate because I started that way, but I've moved a lot of the equity into Bitcoin, but now I'm just doing that little by little. And just as long as I keep the leverage low, I think just, you know, fucking go for it. And you shoot for the stars and you might land on the moon. I think that's the goal here. Do it safely, but do it. You know, just like I explained in tennis, you want a lot of topspin on the ball. You want a high margin for error. That way you can absolutely rip it. You don't want to be safe. You don't want to be safe in your swing. You want to be safe in the amount of spin on the ball. It's a key difference. So once you hit with margin for error built into your swing, you can hit as hard as you want, over and over again. And that's how you should invest. Tennis is very true to life. Very true to life. All right, keep stacking, keep working hard, keep waking up early. That's half the battle. You wake up early, you're ahead of all the people who are still asleep. That's how empires are built. Got it.